Okay, another video of what are we gonna learn today? Oh my god, Oscar de la Hoya and Mexican men are jealous of Mayweather and black men. And what are we gonna learn today from this particular group of males? What does Mr. BBC himself sponsor by? Oh my god, let's take a good look and hear what this brother has to say.
The Mexicans that you work with, they're the working class, right? So you're going to your job to make money, so people aren't gonna reveal the real self, right? So black Americans are relaxed on this group of people when they don't like you. There was a black Latina, and I did a video on this reporter from Univision, and she confronted the KKK. And I was thinking to myself, why didn't I put this in the video? That it took a black Latina to reveal what blacks been telling you. They don't like you. They don't see you as them. White people see you guys as Mexicans. They don't see you as white, right? And my question is, where are the videos of the Mexican men confronting KKK members? And I'll tell you why. They're too busy joining up with them in jail. See, the Mexicans need to understand that your problem is your people. Your own people sold you out, right? So your justification for not standing up for yourself when it comes to this white man is barking at the brothers. And you can't beat us.
Oh my god, the link will be down below. Please read this guy. Mr. BBC, Mr. Kid Organic. Let me give you a response to this and let me start saying something about this. Again, the link will be down below. Please, by all means, do watch the rest of that video down below. Oh my god. Mr. BBC, well, you know it's you Mexicans, and you can't beat us. I said, wait just a second there, Mr. Afro-American male. Well, the Mexicans, where are the Mexicans speaking of? But a black Latina, wait just a second there, Mr. BBC. This black Latina happens to be working for Univision. And under Univision, most of their programming coming from Televisa. What is Televisa? A Mexican TV company. For the black Latina that was interviewing the KKK, what Mr. BBC does not realize, Mr. Kid Organic, the Afro-American male, does not realize this so-called black Latina is hired by Mexicans. The cameraman, Mexican. The people that are escorting her to the KKK area, Mexicans. The anchor hosting that program at the time of this lady reporting was Mexican. The lady that was helping her were Mexican. Not to mention, you had several other Mexican male reporters, not just Mexican male reporters, but other reporters from Latin America interviewing the KKK, which, by the way, Mr. BBC does not want to hear about. He doesn't care. But he does care about this black Latina. Oh, when it comes to women, they care. But when it comes to the men, some odd reason, Mr. BBC completely ignored. Well, where are the Mexican men? I said the difference between the Mexican men is that when these are Mexican men, they're going to report this in Spanish. I keep trying to tell you, Afro-American men are stupid. They are dumb. Oh, it took a black Latina. Yeah, a black Latina that is run by a Mexican company courtesy of Televisa, issued by Univision in the United States. Now, you explain me that logic. Now, we need to talk about Oscar de la Hoya, which, by the way, people fail to realize, we're going to say this again, Oscar de la Hoya is American. He was born and raised in Los Angeles, California. I understand people say, we got Mexican citizenship. That was later on courtesy of the consulate of Mexico. But he's no doubtly American. Just like Black America. We need to continue to talk about, again, one of the most failed groups in the United States, this group of males, and that is this Mexican American, especially in California. Especially those guys. That right there is a failed group. This guy talked about the working class Mexicans and the jealousy of black men in America. Yet Mr. Kid Organic does not understand that the working class Mexicans that is from Mexico aligns itself with Julio Cesar Chavez. Oscar de la Hoya represents the Americanized pretty boy privilege image. That is Oscar de la Hoya. That's why a lot of Mexicans don't like Oscar de la Hoya. He doesn't know this. The vast majority of, and this is something well known, that a large portion of people in Mexico do not like Oscar de la Hoya. Yet for some odd reason, he used Oscar de la Hoya as an example of why we need to look at Oscar and the jealousy of Mexican men towards black men, when Oscar is not really Mexican. He was born and raised in the United States. Now, he's Mexican descent, yes, but he's not Mexican. Now, we need to talk again about Floyd Mayweather. Now, we have to look and examine what we see here. This is a problem when we talk to Mr. BBC. Mr. I got to go overseas. I need to go explore this so-called culture. Hashtag see me in Brazil. Boycott black women in America. Explain me this image. According to your narratives, Dana White is racist. He's a racist white supremacist who ate Floyd Mayweather, yet at the same time, he did biz with him signing a deal with McGregor to fight him in a main event. According to your narrative, Mexicans hate black people, but yet a Mexican company, Corona, is sponsoring the fight. Now tell me and explain me this. Now he's going to sit here and call White Daddy on Oscar de la Hoya, which, by the way, he's not far from the truth because Oscar de la Hoya is a complete scam artist on his own right. But we need to look at Oscar, not just Oscar, but Mayweather's White Daddy. And now I'm trying to tell you right now, he's going to call out White Daddy. He's going to call out Mexican men. He's not going to call out white females. He's not going to call out Mexican women or Hispanic women. And that's later down the road of the video. And that's all going to come to the end to that part. Now, let's continue here. This is something that I keep trying to explain to this Afro-American male. If Mexicans hate y'all, then why is Floyd Mayweather sponsoring tequila, a Mexican-made product? Corona, a Mexican-made product. Why y'all don't see this? Someone explain this to me, Mr. BBC. You got some explaining to do. Look at this. That's tequila. Where's tequila from? Mexico. Mexicans hate black people. Mexican. But why is Floyd Mayweather holding tequila? Why does he not maybe open I don't know, hold a product that's black owned? I mean, if you look at something that Mr. BBC does not seem to understand, Kid Organic, sorry about that, is Hublot. Obviously, you don't know this, but in the video, he mentioned about White Daddy. When he was referring to Oscar De La Hoya and White Daddy, he's referring to Richard Schaefer. Richard Schaefer has issues with Floyd Mayweather. Richard Schaefer is Swedish. Sorry, Swiss. I think is Swiss. Sorry about that. Swiss. He is Swiss from Switzerland. According to the Afro-American males, Richard Schaefer is a white supremacist. But yet, at the same time, Floyd Money Mayweather has no problem sponsoring a Swiss watch company. If you look at his trunks, you look at the stuff that he wears, you look at that watch, it comes from Hublot. This is the problem with boxing. And this is why I keep trying to tell people in boxing in the last several years, it's been going downhill because these promotion companies are middlemen to big corporations. They're the ones ruining the sports. What are you talking about? Mayweather owns... No, bro. Mayweather's the middleman. Well, what about Oscar De La Hoya? What about him? Oscar De La Hoya doesn't do anything. I keep trying to tell y'all this, man. Explain me this, man. He's so proud with his watches of his Hublot. But I'm just looking at this and I'm thinking to myself, I mean, does he really own his own stuff? Well, basically, the sponsors give him all this stuff and they pay. I said, listen to me. I know how business works. As soon as you say, I'm going to sponsor this, therefore they say, okay, monkey, go over there, you go over here, perform over there, come to my event. That's what it means by sponsoring. Now we need to look at our beloved fight with Oscar De La Hoya and Canelo Alvarez. With Gennady Golovkin. And I said it before, I said it again. Oscar De La Hoya is stupid. I mean, if you guys really think that Oscar De La Hoya is the one running his promotion company, is the one in charge, you're stupid. And the reason why I keep saying this is that there's a big monopoly going on in boxing when it comes to these businesses. And this is the reason why I keep trying to tell a lot of y'all people about these boxers. Sorry about that. About boxing and how a lot of these so-called boxers are being bought out. These promotion companies have been middlemen to big corporations. And particularly when it comes to Mexican boxing, has been and will be the problems of that particular boxing. And not just Mexican boxing, boxing overall by these big companies. Everybody knows Oscar De La Hoya is the middleman to Mexican big corporations. Tecate, Modelo, Corona, Azteca, Televisa. I know what I'm talking about. They tell Oscar what to do. Oscar tells Canelo what to do. And that's how they make money. Oscar is just a puppet. Bob Arum is a puppet. Richard Schaefer, Al Heyman, they are just middlemen to these big corporations. You have to look, I keep trying to tell y'all, you need to look at the logos, look at the trunks, look at the people sponsoring the fights. Those are the ones running the show, not these promotion companies. Anyone who believes Oscar De La Hoya is running Golden Boy is stupid. Anyone believes that Bob Arum, Richard Schaefer, or Al Heyman, or any other stupid ass, retarded ass promotion companies that are really the ones ruining the sport with these big corporations coming in, you think they're running the whole thing? No, this is all for show. This is why you have Tecate girls, Corona girls. I know this stuff. I'm not actually a big boxing fan. I'm so disgusted of what's happening to the sport of boxing. If you've seen the decision the last couple of years, it's been disasters. And this is what's ruining the sports. And this is why I keep trying to tell y'all people again and again about the Afro-American male. And this is why they worship guys like Mayweather, is because of this. Mayweather represents something that a lot of these Afro-American males do not have. Number one, he's dark-skinned. Number two, he's a self-proclaimed businessman. Most dark-skinned Afro-American males are not businessmen or self-made ones. This is why the Afro-American male worships Mayweather as Jesus. You don't believe me? Go on YouTube, type in Mayweather and black men, and trust me, they will say the same thing. He is God, be like Mayweather, and all that stuff. And yet, and still, you look at this photo, oh, he supports Donald. Well, there's nothing wrong supporting Donald Trump. Isn't this the same guy, Donald Trump, that sat there and said, grab it by the pussy? He grabs it by the pussy. And then Mayweather comes and says, well, that's just guy talk. This is coming from a guy who has a history of domestic violence. Now, if you saw the interview with, I think it was called The Breakfast Club, Oscar De La Hoya, well, I'm angry. I don't respect. I said, shut up, De La Hoya. You got accused of rape as well. You're no different from all these other people. Now, it's so comical that I keep trying to tell you all what is the issue with the Afro-American male, and I keep trying to tell y'all is that there is no daddy in the house. They look up to Floyd, and Floyd looks up to guys like Donald Trump, aka Daddy. He wants to sit there and talk about, oh, what are you talking about? Well, Oscar De La Hoya's white daddy. Well, what about Mayweather's white daddies? Because don't tell me there's no people that's funding this guy. It doesn't work like that in boxing. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows these promotion companies are middlemen to big male corporations, which are predominantly owned by white males that are sponsoring Floyd Mayweather. And that's why I keep trying to tell y'all this. I keep trying to tell y'all that this is what Floyd does. Oh, it's be like Floyd. Oh, these Mexican men are so jealous. They're so jealous of Floyd Money Mayweather. This dude is flipping money and shaking all these girls' asses, big titties and all that stuff. He opens a strip club. He's a so-called proclaimed businessman. Yeah, that's This is the Afro-American male role model. This is the Afro-American male role model. A man who opens a strip club. Now, how is that going to benefit the Afro-American community? Zero. And you look at these women, not one of them is dark skinned. All of them are light, middle brown. I know, trust me, I'll guarantee you, a lot of these girls would not be a bit surprised. They're Latinas. If you look at the ex-girlfriends of Floyd Money Mayweather, most of his women are either biracially lighter-skinned mixed girls or Hispanic women. It's very rare to see a girl that Floyd likes that has his complexion. This is why I'm trying to tell y'all there's something going on. There's a reason why these Afro-American males, they worship Floyd Mayweather. They see him as Jesus Christ. Even though he hit women before in history, that's why it's in the documents. They completely defend him. They say he's just jealous. There's racism towards Floyd. He's just being a man. He's telling it like it is. He's a self-proclaimed businessman. Self-proclaimed businessman. How is this helping the community? Explain this to me, Mr. BBC. Or there's something else you're not trying to tell me, Mr. BBC, Mr. Afro-American male. Explain. Explain this to me, Mr. BBC. Girl collection. I noticed something in these photos, Mr. BBC, that almost all these women look nothing like Floyd. This is something that I noticed. I noticed that several of these women that I've seen here are actually what we call Latinas. This is why I keep trying to tell y'all, this dude, Mr. BBC, Kid Organic, these other black leaders would have no problem calling out white racists, white daddies, white males, Mexican males, Hispanic males, but they'll never call out their females. Because we know why Mr. BBC himself does not call out the females, because deep down inside, he wants to sleep with them. And now we need to look at what we see here. If you look closely at this picture, you will find out that this is Floyd Mayweather's so-called main girls. A blonde looking, weird, too much makeup girl who happens to be parents of Mexicans. Her parents are Mexicans. This is why I keep trying to tell you in the very beginning, Mr. BBC will call out Mexican men, Hispanic men, white men, Asian men, but he will never call out their females, because deep down inside, everybody knows that they're trying to sleep with their women. This is why they glorify Floyd Mayweather, because he's living their dream. He's a baller. He's self-proclaimed. He's self-proclaimed. He's of dark complexion, and therefore he happens to date lighter skinned biracial women / Latinas. In this case, a Mexican American girl. I keep telling y'all, I keep trying to tell y'all, these dudes have a big fetish for women in Latin America. I keep trying to tell y'all this. No one believes me. This picture says it all. And it's quite disturbing what kind of Mexican girl he's trying to get.